2, we are starting in Disneyland once again. We will be going over to California Adventure after lunch. We got reservations at Blue Bayou, an excellent restaurant located in the Pirates of the Caribbean. You'll see it a little bit later. But we're trying to get over to Toontown to finally ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. God, I can't say that right. So yeah, we're trying to get over to Mickey and Minnie's. I think it's down. It was down a lot yesterday and the lines were insane, and I think it's even down right now. Go figure. But we're trying to do that. Get on Indiana Jones, since that was having technical difficulties yesterday as well. All right, let's go to Toontown. As expected, Mickey and Minnie's was down at the start of the day, so while we waited for it to come back up, we explored Toontown. One of the biggest things to do in Toontown is, of course, meet Mickey Mouse. Sam met Mickey last week in Epcot and was pretty shy. This time around, he was about the same. So finally, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, can't say it. Runaway Railway is opening up for the day, and we've been kind of waiting around in the Toontown area. We're just about to leave the land and give up, and it opened up. So fingers crossed we can actually get on this damn thing. But I'm really excited. I've heard this is an amazing ride. I think Sam might end up liking this queue more than the actual attraction.
We'll sing a song. Ask them to sing, I think let's go wrong. Oh, hey, well, beautiful day for a picnic.
Disney's Imagineers never fail to amaze me with cool effects like this. Now we get to step into the film. Imagineers have been using projection mapping in their attraction for the past decade or so, and Mickey and Minnie's goes to show how far this technology has come along.
Oh boy! We made it! We have to stop them before they go over the...
So all three of us just got off of Runaway, no, I can't, Mickey and Minnie's, we'll just call it that. And I thought it was incredible. That was one of the coolest dark rides, especially for children.
Very well done.
Yeah.
I did not notice that the train is not connected. So I was not expecting us to detach from our conductor. That was very cool.
Yeah. It's one of the trackless dark rides out there, and very well done. But hopefully we can get on it again later today. Probably not, because of the fact that it's going to be getting quite a wait. We got extremely lucky where it opened right up once we were passing by it. But we're going to go on the actual Disneyland Railroad now and do a circle of that. The Disneyland Railroad is a classic. What sets Disneyland's apart from Magic Kingdom is the tunnel between Tomorrowland and Main Street Station. You encounter the Grand Canyon and Primeval World, which was part of the 1964 World's Fair. After doing Storm Force at Islands of Adventure last week, we knew Sam would love the teacups. All right, hopefully the third or fourth time's a charm with Indy. We're getting in line, well, I am. I'm getting in line for Indiana Jones, and finally we should hopefully be able to enjoy this attraction. This is a top 5 attraction for me all time. I love this thing. Let's hope I actually get on it this time though.
You looked into my eyes. Your past
Up next is one of my favorite restaurants anywhere, especially in a theme park, Blue Bayou. You'll be able to see Pirates of the Caribbean floating right on by. Nice Cajun theme. I'm gonna get the Monte Cristo sandwich because it's always delicious. But we're waiting for Erin to get back from Indy. She's on her way here right now, and then we'll enjoy a nice meal. Just finished our excellent meal at Blue Bayou, and I've been there a handful of times. Every time I love what I get. I got the classic Monte Cristo sandwich. Erin got the mushroom ragu with a pesto sauce, and it was amazing as well. Even Sam liked his spaghetti and everything like that. Surprise, surprise, Indy's down. Glad we did it earlier. But yeah, Blue Bayou is always incredible. It's not cheap, but in reality, we paid like $100 for all three of us. Not too bad considering you get a really highly themed dinner, well, lunch in this case. But we are off to California Adventure, and we are going to do Toy Story Midway Mania first. So off we go. All right, over in California Adventure. This is another park that I think a lot of people sleep on, honestly. I personally think it's one of my favorite Disney parks. Top 3, you know, with this, Disneyland, Epcot, that kind of thing. But we're gonna head over to Midway Mania. Up next there's the Midway Mania. This is one that I love because I know a lot of the tricks in here to get a really good high score. It's really fun when it's competitive. In fact, fun story, me and Erin, I proposed to Erin after making her think she won a game against me, and her prize was the ring. She was both really happy and disappointed that she didn't actually beat me. So this one's got a lot of sentimental for me too.
Hey, howdy, hey! Welcome to our practice game.
Just pull the string.
Lock those pies. Keep that box out of the handout.
Midway Mania is such a blast. Honestly, I thought I was doing pretty good, but not great, but I ended up getting best this hour at 238,500 points. I think I still got it in me from when I used to work here. I'd ride this all the time and know all the tricks, but man, it's so much fun. Coming into Avengers Campus, and this land gets a lot of hate, and I understand why when it's compared to everything else that has come out with Wizarding World, even here at Disney with Galaxy's Edge and Pandora, that you think Marvel would get a little bit more love than it did, but this is still a really cool land, and Web Slingers is a fun attraction, which we're about to do next, but definitely could use a little bit more here. Hopefully that e-ticket Thanos ride actually happens some point in this decade, but first up, we'll just go ahead and do Web Slingers.
Avengers Campus. It should be safe.
Everyone head to the Slingers and we'll team up to stop the Spider Boss before they destroy the campus.
Web Slingers is a lot of fun. I definitely like Toy Story more, since they're pretty similar attractions, but it's a little different. It's kind of hard for me to aim at exactly what I'm going for compared to Toy Story, which is really easy to kind of see what you're aiming at, but regardless, it's a fun little thing. I think it gets too much hate, but next we're going to be doing Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Very excited to do this, especially since we just did Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind in Epcot last week, and it's going to be fun to kind of compare the two Guardians attraction. Definitely think that Cosmic Rewind is the better one, but as of right now, but we'll see if I still think that. As amazing as Mission Breakout is as a ride, I might enjoy the pre-show with the incredibly impressive Rocket animatronic just as much.
Those of you who have not been paying attention, the name's Rocket, one of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the smart one. I'm gonna take this.
My dear friends, this is the moment you have been waiting for.
Mission Breakout and Cosmic Rewind are just proof that having a Guardians of the Galaxy overlay is just perfect for any attraction. It's just amazing how much different this attraction feels, especially compared to when it was Tower of Terror. I think it's definitely better. Up next is a special edition. Normally, since what, 2016, it's been Soarin' Around the World. They're doing a special thing where they go back to the original Soarin' Around California, or Soarin' Over California. So it's gonna be nice to be able to do this because normally it's gone. You can't do it anymore. So a little bit of a limited time offer. Really interesting doing that after we did Soarin' Over the World just what, less than a week ago over at Epcot. As much as I love Soarin' Over the World and seeing those landmarks, you can't beat the original. I love Soarin' Over California. I kind of wish it would permanently be here in California Adventure since it fits the theme so well. But what are you gonna do? At least it's here temporarily, which is really nice. I've met my personal quota on this trip for getting completely soaked, so I'm not gonna check out Grizzly River Run this trip, but I do love looking at it because it is amazing rock work, and this does look, it's always really fun to watch this attraction. Another hidden gem here at California Adventure is the Challenge Trail, which is themed to the redwoods, and it's really cool little area for kids to play in. All right, so next is Incredicoaster, which is a very fun, intimate launch roller coaster. Fun fact, it's actually the roller coaster that is the longest in the world with an inversion. Incredicoaster is always a blast, or formerly known as California Screamin'. I'm pretty sure this was actually my first roller coaster that had an inversion. I can't really remember which one it is, but it's at least one of the first, if not the very first one, since it was like 2 decades ago when I rode this thing for the first time. But even though it's a pretty simple ride with not a ton of forces, I always have a blast on it. It's still, I don't know, it's always got a special place for me. Cars Land seems to get overshadowed compared to other amazing lands, but I always thought this is a really cool area. It does look just like the film, and it's one of those my favorite areas. The vibe's really cool and everything. Plus, it has one of the best dark rides / attractions, period, with Radiator Springs Racers. While Aaron and Sam rode Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, I hopped onto the incredible Radiator Springs Racers.
It's gonna be fun.
For you, my friend, only the best.
It takes more than new tires to win a race. I'm your new crew chief.
Ready? And the quattro, go!
Radiator Springs Racers is really, I think it's leagues better than Test Track. So it is one of the reasons why this land and this park is so fantastic. They really did change this park up so much compared to what it originally was, which was not fantastic. So that 2012 refresh really did spice things up. With just enough time to spare, we made it over to World of Color. For the 100th year celebration of the Walt Disney Company, there's a new version of World of Color, titled World of Color 1. While it is cool to see a new version of World of Color, you cannot beat the original show. Just got finished watching World of Color 1, that's what this giant mob's about, and it was a good solid show. It's nothing compared to the original. The original is it is my all-time favorite nighttime spectacular, but this one, like World of Color Celebrate for the 60th anniversary, really focused on using the projection screens rather than letting the fountains tell the story, which was my biggest complaint with that show, and kind of here too. So it's a good show. I don't feel like I need to ever see it again, but once the original comes back, absolutely, definitely want to see that one again. Back at the hotel, we ended up basically leaving after World of Color was all finished and heading home. That makes the end of basically a very long but very rewarding week, a little over a week, where we went to 6 different parks on both the West Coast and East Coast. I'm exhausted. I'm ready to do nothing for a little while, so I'm ready to go to bed. I think everyone is all ready to pass out. So until the next time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.